Good morning or afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Command Fest Online 2, hosted by Channel Fireball. And we are live Discord server and play some games with like-minded people on Spell Table. This is also a charity event. We are supporting the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, which is a legal organization fighting for racial justice,
check.
litigation, advocacy, and public education. It is a fantastic cause. We have a $5 suggested.
Sounds like right now we are getting warmed up and brought in to the Command Fest information and reveals. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm running a little bit behind today, but you know what? It's Saturday, and that's okay. We're gonna live. We're all gonna roll and look at these announcements. It's gonna be grand. I'm super excited about some Commander Legends reveals. Hopefully that will be happening soon. Evan, Turner, Eric, Josh, we are ready to party. Got a little bit of information going on here. Let's turn it up just a little bit.
Are we going to go straight there?
Sounds like the panel is about to start, so we are literally jumping into this right now.
Jules, Ari, you folks are on. Go ahead and unmute, and we can get started.
Here we go. Here is the panel. Let's do it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, Magic players around the world, and welcome to the Future of Commander panel, a sneak peek at the rest of 2020. I am so excited to be here today.
Us too, Gavin.
Us too. Long in the works, and today we're going to give you a peek behind the curtain of multiple Commander products and a bunch of new cards. So get your hats ready. It's going to be me, Ari, Jules, very important, and also Christoph from Belgium. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that later. It's like Chekhov's Christoph. It'll be important in the third act.
It's just a club soda. It's not a beer. Could be a beer.
One thing I want to say, though, is this is really unusual for us. You know, normally we'd be in front of a crowd, and there'd be this huge cheering audience, and people would be giving their oohs and ahs at preview cards. Today, we're all doing this online. So
let's get Discord
I have the chat open. I want you to all say what you feel in the chat. Give lots of clap emojis as we show off new cards, as we show off people. Just have those ready to go. And so if everyone could please put together their virtual emojis for
Robert, thank you for the subscription.
First panelist that I would like to introduce today, Ari.
Hello. I am so happy to be here today, Gavin.
I'm so excited to have you here. Now, Ari is a very storied member, although he has only joined the team in the past couple years. He won the Great Designer Search 3, the lead designer of Commander Collection Green.
We know Ari. We love Ari.
The Council of Colors representative for white. So that's a color that has had plenty of discussion.
Evan, I love EDH too.
Now, it says here that you once built a casual deck called Celebrity Deathmatch with Norin the Wary. What was this all about, Ari?
So there's this enchantment from Onslaught called Deathmatch that whenever a creature enters the battlefield, its controller can have a target creature get -3/-3 till end of turn. Turns out that's really, really good with Norin the Wary. You just loop it all day long, finish with tokens and tromp the domains. It was good times.
That does sound like a nice little fun.
Show us new Commander cards.
A few cards Ari's made: Dalekos, Neath, and Tome of Legends. Some of these might have made you some of your Commander decks. So Ari is well on his way to becoming a great Commander designer as well. Up next, we have the inveritable Jules Robbins. Jules, how are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Excited to finally get to show some stuff off.
Yeah, and tell me about him. Right there with you. Jules was a member of Battle Bond, Commander 2017, and Commander 2018 design team. So he's definitely only been put through his Commander paces. And he was the lead final designer of Commander Legends, a little set some of you might care a lot about. On the other side of Ari, he is the Council of Colors representative for Red. So Jules has actually done a lot of great work in the past few years, helping Red become stronger in Commander. So really great work, Jules. And now this next point, Jules,
patience, Eric. We'll get there. We'll get there. They're going to show us some stuff.
But I think other people would be hard-pressed to get there. I've got, I think, a storm count of 17 on a Dragon Storm. I flipped off a Hellcarver Demon.
Kindred Dominance is a cool card.
Deck all built around getting Hellcarver Demon, giving it double strike, taking extra combat steps. But I ran out of dragons at some point. Hellcarver had exiled too many of those already.
Well, if anyone out there has more than Jules, let us know. What is your world record, Jules? What number should they be trying to beat?
I think 17.
All right, if you can beat 17, let Jules know, and you can have the world record holder throne. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep saying that he is. And some great work on a few of these cards. Brutaclad, which is a huge favorite of mine, Divine Visitation, and Kindred Dominance. So well done on those designs, Jules. And then third is Gavi Verhey. Wait, no, that's not right. Hold on a second. Gavin Verhey, that's who we're looking for here. I was the architect behind Commander Collection Green and Commander Legends, which
Eric, Josh, yeah, hopefully we get there pretty soon.
Today.
We'll see. They got to get through the introductions, and then we should be good to go after that.
Through 2020, I led design 2017 and 2018 to some degree, and was the architect for 2019 and 2020. I led design Battle Bond. I did a bunch of work on Mystery Booster, and I also led the.
Let me get a little music going this morning. Let me know if that music is distracting or too loud, or you can't hear them.
For Commander Legends. A few cards I've made. I just want to give my apologies for these two, Paradox Engine and Sylvan Primordial. Totally fine. Don't worry about it. And also, I did something I'm really proud of is doing the majority of the Mystery Booster playtest cards. Not all of them, but the majority are mine. And Problematic Volcano is a pretty fun one.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
So, 2020, last October, I came on to the Command Zone show and talked about how this was going to be the year of Commander. We had a bunch of cool stuff in store. Now, certainly, I don't know that 2020 has gone the way that we all drew it up, but I can say that I'm really happy that we've come up with a lot of cool Commander stuff.
All right. So we got everybody introduced. Now we're going to go through what we've done so far this year
on the show. For example, the Ikoria Commander decks, but
and hopefully we get some new stuff
coming out later this year. And this is the year of Commander. And so while we're all here, I really want to mention, too, this panel kicks off Command Fest 2. This is going to be an incredible weekend full of all kinds of great Commander games. All these fun people you see here on screen and more will be playing Commander on this very stream all weekend long. So if you have a few minutes, just tune into the stream and you'll see some great Commander games happening.
Casual, yeah, you ain't lying.
Committee and all kinds of other stuff.
There's definitely some beard growth on Gavin. He's got his quarantine beard killing it.
Recently. It's really easy. You can get into a game in just a few minutes. Setting it up on your phone using Spell Table is a cinch. You can even use your phone camera to play.
Brand, yeah, agreed.
Go watch.
They know what they're doing.
Great information at channelfireball.com.
And we get to chill here. We get to hang out
online. So get your cameras ready and start.
We'll get some sweet cards here pretty soon.
Weekend. I know I'll be playing a bunch of games, and I'm sure many of the folks on this panel will as well. Okay, now I know what you've been waiting for. You want to see some new cards. So
here we go.
Let's hop into the next area here. We're gonna talk about Commander Collection Green next. Now I'm gonna start by telling you a little bit about Commander Collection Green.
All right.
To refresh your memory, what Commander Collection Green is it is 8 green cards in a box. These are cards that we chose because they're going to be cards people want to play in their green Commander decks. And of course, Commander Collection Green might inspire some future Commander collections down the way. Now, this might sound similar to you to another product we create, the Signature Spellbook.
All right, we need some answers for Evan Elliott. Which commander best represents Gavin's beard?
They're not focused around a planeswalker. In fact, they're focused around legendary creatures. And every card in Commander Collection...
Sylvan Library Eric would be crazy. Gaia's Cradle would be crazy if it's in this collection. There's no way. That card is... And that card reserve list? Gaia's Cradle's reserve list. There's no way.
Signature Spellbook, which has a... you get 1 foil in every Signature Spellbook. Commander Collection is a lot more straightforward.
I loved the frame on these Signature Spellbook Chandra cards.
All WPN stores, and then there is a foil version of Commander Collection, a premium version.
That's reserve list card.
WPN stores. So whether you want the cards in foil or non-foil, there's an easy way to go and find all of them. And it's great that we get to use this to benefit WPN stores. So, Commander Collection Green.
Is it green? It is a land. You're right.
Green. I architected it with him, giving a bunch of thoughts and advice. And Ari, let's take a look at some cards today. Now, how many cards are we going to be showing off today, Ari?
Well, originally I was thinking we'd show off 1 card today, but how about instead of that we do all 8?
Okay.
That's right.
That works for us.
Show you off all 8 cards from Commander Collection Green. We're going to show you the entire Commander Collection today. We're not holding anything back, and we are going to play a little thing I like to call the Commander Collection Green guessing game. So here's how this is going to work. We are going to show you off a piece of artwork, and then Ari's going to spend a moment talking about what the character in the art, what it's inspired by, and then we're going to show you the card. And what I want to see is if anyone out there in chat can guess what the card is before.
All right, let's play along, chat.
Everything else. So without further
Let's
ado,
see if we
let's
can
go
be
through
the
first
correct
card.
group.
We're going to start with the 2 that I showed off on the command zone last year. So let's start off with this guy right here. Ari, talk to us about what is going on in this piece of artwork.
Okay.
Right, so this character is, of course,
So this is
Yisan
our
the
bard.
Wanderer
Yeah,
bard,
we know
and you
Yisan.
can see that he's got his lyre and he's striking some kind of chord on it, calling a bunch of beasts to heal. And so
that's got to mean it's Court of Calling, right? Like that's got to be the card, Ari.
Right.
this card is in fact
We nailed it, chat.
Whirly Tutor.
That's a point for us.
Correct.
What?
It's been fun reading the speculation about this for
Oh.
the past year or so. Everyone
It's
thinking that
Worldly
Court of Calling,
Tutor, yo.
But we'll do one better.
All
It's
right.
actually Whirly Tutor. This is the first time Whirly
gotta open
Tutor
this
has
up.
ever appeared in foil, which is really, really exciting. And there you see it's got Yisan in the artwork. It's got great flavor text by Yisan too, really, really bringing it as a card. So once again, Commander Collection, we're starting off with a strong one. We are not fooling around with Commander Collection. It's going to be an awesome, awesome product. Okay, so now let's go on to the second card that I showed off the artwork for in the command zone about a year ago. This weirdo. Now, I think a lot of people have deduced this.
Worldly Tutor's like a $30 card, yo.
Well,
$31 for the 6th edition,
it's definitely
$35
on
for the
Kamigawa.
Mirage
If you
edition.
look
That's a hell of a
carefully at the front
reprint.
of the thing's
That is a
head,
hell of a
that
reprint.
headpiece should remind you of a legend on Kamigawa. In particular, it looks.
Well,
a
and
little
this is
like a
Commander
Zeus
Collection
Alonso
Green
scene.
MTG
And then
Holic,
in the
so
background, we have those
rarity.
seeds
I mean,
floating
we're
around.
gonna get
This
all of these in
card
the box,
is,
so
in
you get
fact,
to straight
Seedborn
up
Muse.
buy a Worldly Tutor
That's
along
right,
with some other stuff.
Seedborn Muse.
And
This
we
will
got a
give you ton
Seedborn
of mana.
Muse.
It's an awesome Kamigawa version of Seedborn Muse. And once again, you have that Azusa quote there in the flavor.
Seedborn's
text,
like a
which is
$10
tying
card.
into the
Wow,
feel of this
2019
card. So,
Commander,
as a
Battle Bond,
Kamigawa
10th
fan,
edition,
I'm
9th
a big fan
edition,
of this.
Legions.
Now,
The Legions version
Ari,
is
what are we
16
gonna do
bucks
with
because
all
of the
this
old
mana?
frame, but
I think the next card is going to.
I mean, we're up
give
to
us
like
an excellent
$40
thing
in
to do with
value
all
on
this
this
mana.
one
I
pack
don't think
so
people
far.
will have any trouble guessing who this is from the art.
Yeah, I expect I'll switch over to the next slide, and as soon as someone sees it, they will type the name
pretty
of what
incredible.
this card is into the chat. We'll see if you all
Really
can,
good value on this
deduce
pack so
what
far.
This card is right here. Yep. I imagine people will get this one pretty quick.
Here's your
Ari,
boy.
Talk through why you chose this particular card, which is, of course, Omnath for Commander Collection.
Right, so there have been other versions of Omnath, but the original from Worldwake, I think, is just a huge.
So this is like a
player
$25
favorite. It
card.
feels
They are putting
so
some
green. The artwork
value
is
into
certainly
this
very
collection.
green. It lets you
Goodness
build up
gracious.
tons and tons of mana to cast a huge Genesis wave, or just attack for 21 commander damage with your
This
giant
is
creature.
quite a
So I think
collection so far.
Players love Omnath, and we just wanted to give them more of what they wanted.
Yeah, we've done a couple other iterations on Omnath in the past, and who knows? Zendikar right around the corner. Keep your eyes peeled for maybe what's in that set. So, Ari, how many total
Hello.
legendary
Everybody
creatures
say hello to my
or,
wife.
legendary cards are in this product?
So of the 8 cards, 2 of them are commanders. And
Excellent.
so the next card we'll see is also a commander that people have been wanting a reprint of for a while.
Yeah, and also one I don't think folks will have too much trouble guessing. Let's show off the next card here.
So
Uh-oh,
here we have
this looks like an elf.
Freyalise, Lanoir's Fury
Yup.
in all her glory.
Yup.
Yes, fantastic. A nice little planeswalker. Now, what's the history of this character a little bit, Ari? Talk to us about it.
Well, the card is from Commander 2014,
Goodness
but the
gracious.
character dates back to Ice Age. She was actually the person who cast
12
the World
bucks?
spell in order to end the Ice
Y'all,
Age. which,
this pack-
after
this pack
Urza
has
and
got
Mishra
some
had that
value. We're
gigantic
gonna call
war
it
and plunged
wow
Dominaria
you. Oh
into,
my goodness.
sort of a nuclear winter.
So far we got
Freyalise
Freyalise
was
at
the one who
12
brought it
bucks,
back,
Omnath
so
at
she's
25,
pretty incredible.
Seedborn at 10 bucks, and Worldly
Elf
Tutor at
Tribal
30.
has always been one of my favorite
Gracious.
green teams ever since Well-Wisher.
This one's not a
And this is a
disappointment.
card, too, that I know has definitely posed some trouble reprinting. Where are we going to reprint a card that says it can be your commander on it? Well, Commander Collection Green is a great spot.
Eric, yeah,
Okay,
this
so
is
we're
a
out of the 2 legendary
sick
creatures. Now
reveal.
we're back to ones that are going to be probably a little trickier. So I'm going to show you the next piece of art here and start describing what's going on, Ari, and we'll see if the chat can figure this one out.
Right.
Baran, I think this is
So
going to be
here
sold like
we
the signature
have some
spellbook
kind of
style
woodland
products where they're going to be
creature
readily available.
Destroying, like just utterly tearing into a golem, perhaps some kind of artifact war machine.
Reminds
And if
me
you
of
look
Yavimai's
at
Embrace.
The red leaves on this thing, you'll see a resemblance to Titania And so
Lawrence,
this is, in fact,
I understand the
portraying
thought,
an
but
event
actually
in the
we've
forest
seen
of
in the
Argoth.
past that
It's
these
driven
box
into one of
sets
Urs's or
don't
Mishra's inventions, and
really
this
slam the
card is
price of
Bane
these
of
cards.
Progress.
There'll be a little
That's
Bane of
right.
Progress.
Bane of
Nice call,
Progress is
Josh.
here. Bane of Progress, by the way, first time in foil.
A lot
for
of
this
these
card in
packs, they
Commander
come
Collection
out,
Green
you see a
Premium.
dip in the
So,
price,
that's an
but
exciting
then
one, and it's got a
it
great photo in here
recorrects.
from Argoth, which is
I guess
really, really
it'll-
cool. And so Ari, I've noticed
Depends
a
on the
couple cards
print
here,
run,
Whirly
honestly.
Tutor and Bane of Progress are first
But
in
these
foil
box sets
cards.
don't do a ton to the
Are
price.
hard to find foils or first in foil cards something you were considering when designing Commander Collection?
Oh, absolutely. We were thinking this is a love letter to green players who want to express their sort of greenness in their deck building, and a
Bane
lot
of
of
Progress.
players like foiling out their decks, so we certainly kept that in mind.
Right, and if you don't want the foil version, no problem. You can just get the normal version, but it's awesome that there are two
Wow,
versions
$9 card.
Okay, now the next two cards I think will also not be too tricky to guess. Ari, there's a couple staples in this Commander product. Talk to us
Sheesh.
quickly before we go to
Yeesh.
that slide.
Value
about,
so far is
why they
there.
were included and what we can expect in future Commander collections.
Right, so we wanted to make sure that we were including super useful
Survival of the
cards,
Fittest would be
you
a
know, not just the
crazy
most
surprise
splashy or
here in the
unique ones,
last
but
in the
also
last
cards
bit.
that go in every deck.
Evan, I'm with you.
So that players would find them useful no matter what kind of deck builder they were. And so these next two
Yeah, there you
cards
go.
are examples of that.
Can't print reserve list cards.
Yeah, so we'll show off the first one here. I think people will probably be able to determine exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
Looks like a
this
command
is,
tower.
of course, Command Tower.
Okay, we're getting a green
But
command tower
what's a little
variant.
different about this command tower, Ari? Talk to us about why this
Garrick
command tower is a little bit different
Wildspeaker.
from the others.
Flavor
Right,
text
so,
down there.
You know, the land itself is not a forest, but it's clearly set in a forest. It's got sort of these
Interesting.
shimmers of green mana all
So
around
whoever
it.
was saying
And
Guy's
I
Cradle
feel like
won't
this
work, obviously it's
artwork
on the reserve
tells
list, but
you
it's not a
what
green
kind
card,
of
it won't
tower
work.
would a green
Now they're
legend
thinking
command their
we can
armies
drop
with.
some new art,
And you know, we're
some
going to be coming out
green-themed
with
art
more
onto a
Commander collections.
non-green
There are
card.
4 non-green colors, and so I have a feeling you might be
Baron,
seeing
if
more
this
of these
one,
cards in
I'm
the
sorry if I'm
future.
pronouncing your name wrong,
I'm particularly
Baron,
loving the
Baron.
flavor text here, and
This
it's really cool
if
that,
this pack is
Garrick,
like
who's, of
any
course,
of the
green,
others,
famous green
they
character, has
will
a nice quote here, which is really, really
they'll
cool. So, yeah,
have
we'll be
a
seeing
random
command tower,
foil in the
in
pack.
all future Commander collections,
Right,
at least
Ben,
that's the
that's
plan.
exactly right. There,
And,
one of them
another
randomly
card
will
that
be a
you might
foil.
know a thing or two about. Here's a new piece of artwork for you. I'm just going to go ahead and show the
And
card.
a green
because I think
themed
it will be
Soul
pretty
Ring.
clear what this is.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
Soul Ring.
Right. So Soul Ring is probably the most iconic Commander card. It's so emblematic of the format, and this new artwork is just gorgeous. It's luminous. And
So
like
not a
you
ton of
imagine
value
if
there,
I
but they've
had,
got the
Nissa
like
leading
green
my
themed
deck,
art
this is
on
what
it.
she would be wearing on her arm, you know?
Cool. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
inclusion.
really popular
They're not
cards like it is
leaning
for
on
Ultra
those for the
versions and
value.
foil versions.
Obviously,
Soul
they're
Ring and
leaning
Command
on
Tower, so
Worldly
glad you can
Tutor
deliver,
and Omnath
on
being
both
the
of those here.
30 and the
You'll-
$25
I want
card
to with the blue and the
values in
black and the
these.
red and the white ones look
But
like.
yeah, it's
We'll get
cool
there
inclusion,
eventually.
Eric. I'm with both
All
of
right, so I
y'all.
think that's all the cards
Eric's
in
the
Commander
Erics
Collection Green,
down
right? We
there.
went through
That
I'm
was
with you.
all
I think
7 of them,
that
yeah.
having
There's,
alternate
there's
art
8
for a
cards.
Soul
Oh,
Ring,
we're
There
right.
should be one
that's
more
a
card, Gavin.
fine
Yeah,
little
there's one more
inclusion.
card. Okay, well,
Uh-oh, we got a
let's drop
surprise
this next
here.
card. And this one's a little bit trickier. Some of the other ones you got pretty quickly. This one's going to be a little bit harder. Talk to us about
I love
what
the
is
art
going
for
on in
this.
this piece of artwork, Ari.
That looks awesome.
Mhm. So this fine individual playing the biwa is Reki, the history of Kamigawa, and he has the
Look at this
entire history
floating-
of the
floating
plane
beverage over
magically
here, floating.
tattooed onto his body.
I love that.
So his life is literally knowledge itself, and this card is Sylvan Library.
That's
What?
right. This is a really cool new take on Sylvan Library.
What?
It's not just a library; it is a literal library of all the history on Kamigawa. This is one of the most requested reprints for Green that I get all the time, and you will get your chance to get a brand new one here with this awesome artwork. I am so excited about this. I mean, I think this will
Straight
be a
up.
product that is a
Well,
huge
this-
hit for players.
this
Ari,
is
any
an
other thoughts
auto
on
buy,
kind of
y'all.
went into the design of this product?
This
I mean, we
is
wanted cards that
such a
that
crazy pack.
iconic,
They are
that
really pulling
captured
out all
just
the stops
spirit
here.
of Green, that Green players
my
would recognize and be
gosh.
like, okay, yes, this expresses me. This expresses what I love about playing my favorite color. And I think
Oh my
like,
gosh, y'all.
seeing all this new artwork on these cards, I just love it myself.
Fantastic. Well, when you go and see it in stores later this year, it's going to look like
Sylvan
this.
Library.
Packaging on the left is the regular
Cheapest
version,
is
packaging on the
5th
right is the
edition,
premium version.
$57.39.
So shiny.
Eternal
It's
Masters
so
is 68.
so you can pick up
Commander's
both of
Arsenal
these.
72.
And then
That one's a
here is
foil.
the slide for social media that I'm
We're
sure
gonna
you all
call
want to
that
take and
60
share, put on
bucks.
Reddit and all that great stuff. Everything all together, all 8 cards, both packaging, even that expansion
Wow.
right there. which I think does a pretty good job of harkening to what other Commander Collection expansion symbols will look like.
This pack
this is a really strong
sick.
of the product. I am so excited to be able to give this all to you, and this was a great effort by Ari. So hats off to Ari. Can we get some claps for Ari in chat?
Brian, I'm with you. My wallet is weeping right now, but my excitement is overwhelming the weeping.
Color, green is a is a color
what a
that's
pack.
played a lot in Commander, but there's another color, one that Ari manages quite a bit. That's white. Now, white has been the discussion of plenty of questions and thoughts about Commander in the past 6 months to a year. And since I had Ari here anyway, I wanted to take a moment to talk to him about white in Commander. As the Council of Colors representative for white, what are some of the things that he is doing to help make white awesome? So, white, Ari, why don't you talk about some of what we've been looking to do in white?
Yeah, so we've been hearing people's feedback about white's issues in Commander for a while, and that feedback is coming through loud and clear.
Yeah, Eric, I'm with you. Sylvan Library and Worldly Tutor alone, they could have packed in a bunch of comments, like new art, naturalize, and Commander staples, but not really blown out the value. But we've got Sylvan Library at $60, Worldly Tutor at $30, Omnath at $25, Seedborn at $10, Freyalise at $12, Bane of Progress at $9, and the new art Command Tower and Sol Ring, just as like a little
avoid running out of resources in the longer game. And I think the most important way for white to accumulate resources and sort of be able to keep on playing and be competitive is card draw. Now, giving white card draw isn't just a
$146 of value.
Divination.
$146 of value in that pack, and I'm not counting value. I'm counting Commander Tower and Sol Ring as $0.
You probably remember
$146 of value in that green Commander set. Wow.
Impulsive draw thing. Where you exile cards temporarily and have to use them, but you have to use them right away because you're red and you want to.
Insanity.
So, but that's red. What does white do? Well, we have a bunch of ideas on that front. And you're going to see several experiments in that vein over the course of the next few years. Mangara in M21 is probably the first of those, and I think Mangara is very exciting. But there are other experiments coming up, and it's going to take a while. Our timelines are not short, but we're playing the long game. That's the white way.
Wait, did I miss something? Are they selling two different versions of the Commander Green pack? I was too worried about what the value was.
Persistent or recursive. So
we're gonna get a foil and a non-foil version.
Ways to protect or reuse your permanents, stuff like that. Protection, really sweet card. We want to give white some win conditions that are a little less vulnerable to sorcery speed interactions, so you don't have to go all the way around the table before
Ronald Savage, that is all guaranteed. Worldly Tutor, Seedborn, Omnath, Freyalise, Bane of Progress, Sylvan Library, and New Art Command Tower and Sol Ring, all guaranteed. Just buy them straight up. Wizards is selling singles, y'all.
Now, some of these are going to be actual changes to the color pie. We're literally going to say...
And they've got an all-foil and an all-non-foil version.
Others are just going to be a shift in philosophy in how often we print various effects. And like I said, these changes are going to take years. Don't expect to see them all in the next few months. But you will see things here and there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how people react to the new ideas that we've come up with.
Now, Ari, will we be getting any of these things in Commander Legends?
Yes, we are going to see a really exciting
new cards, please.
In Commander Legends. Perhaps
new Commander Legends cards, please.
20 minutes or so.
Well, perhaps we'll stay tuned maybe for that.
Uh-oh.
And speaking of
they know what's
Commander
going on.
Legends, it is finally, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying these words. It is finally time to talk some about Commander Legends.
Here we go.
Okay, so
here we
Commander
go.
Legends is a set I've worked on for a very long time, and Jules did a fantastic job as the final designer of this. Commander Legends, by the time it comes out, I will have concepted it about 6 years before Commander Legends releases. So I've been working on this thing and thinking about it for a very long time, and you have no idea. Imagine what you were doing 6 years ago Now imagine this set finally coming out. I'm so excited to talk with you about this. As a reminder, this is a set with a bunch of new cards and some reprints too. So it's in a space that is not dissimilar to like a Battle Bond, for example, except it skews more on the new
a draftable commander set. I mean, I feel like that's getting lost in all of the hype for this. Is that we're going to be able to draft and play commander against each other. That's so tight. I'm going to buy boxes of this just to keep on my shelf, pull out, and play randomly.
Talking about the cards. One thing I do want to touch on, though, or actually 3 things I want to touch on, are 3 things that kind of set the stage for Commander Legends here, okay? The first thing that I want to talk about is where the cards can come from. So the set's flavor can pull from anywhere and anytime in the multiverse.
There's that new Kamal I can't wait to see. Hoping for a Jun Kamal.
That we showed off at the last.
If you hang out in our Discord, you know how big a fan I am of this character. This is pretty much when I started playing around Odyssey block. Odyssey was my first full block. I had started around Invasion Apocalypse, so
in that regard,
this is going to be tight.
With that call out to Modern Horizons made, I want to be very clear: it is not mechanically Modern Horizons. It's not a Commander Horizons. This isn't about mashing together Cascade and Retrace on the same card. There's a lot of cool throwbacks in there, but it's not about all kinds of hodgepodge onesie twosie mechanics. So there are 4 mechanics in the set, 4 non-evergreen mechanics in the set. One of them is new, and the other 3 are all returning mechanics.
Ooh, a new mechanic specifically for Commander? That's tight.
And last but not least, what I do want to emphasize is this is Commander meets Draft. That's where my original idea came from. It's all about being able to draft. There's lots of cool cards here too. Lots of stuff's going to make your Commander decks. But really the thing that really sings to me is you can sit down and draft with your friends. Now I know ever since we talked about Commander Legends to start off with, people have been wondering, how are you going to be able to draft this thing? Well, today I want to have Jules Robbins talk to you about how exactly this thing is drafted. So Jules, take it away and finally
let teasing us with these new cards.
This awesome product.
All right.
Aaron, you might hear me talking over. We're watching this video, this stream from Channel Fireball.
How to draft a commander deck, but what we finally landed on was you're going to draft 3 20-card packs that you see here, and to make sure everything flows, every pack's got 2 slots for legends and a foil in every pack.
Nice.
We know a lot of commander players love foils. So, like your regular draft, this is best with a pod of 8 players, and then you can split into 2 4-player games. But you can draft with a lot of different numbers. We know a lot of people are going to play with, their regular commander play groups, just the 4 of you. That draft works, and if you're stuck at home and only have 1 person to play with,
hopefully not, Dan. Hopefully the LGS is. You want LGSs that are on the up and up. I've only had pretty much good experiences with LGSs that I've gone to. Hopefully they won't gouge. I know there are some shady ones around.
2 cards for every pick instead of just 1, like you did in Battle Bond or for the first pick of Double Masters. And there are a few different reasons for this. One major one is commander decks are much more so than regular draft decks about synergy. You want to find cards that are really cool together or cool with your commander above and beyond what they could do on their own. And picking 2 cards at once allows you to be sure you're going to form synergies as you take cards.
So it's a little bit like Battle Bond. We're drafting 2 cards per pack.
You're drafting a lot more cards than normal, and commander games are already long, so we wanted to make sure you had plenty of time to play, and things just go a lot faster picking 2 cards at a time. And the third reason, well, I'll get to that a little later.
Yeah, that third reason is an important one, but hold on a few slides. Okay, so we draft our deck. We're drafting 2 cards at a time out of 3 20-card packs. Then how do we build this? How much does this look like actual Commander, Jules?
Yeah, so this is sort of the same analogy that draft is
casual. This will be a set that I play mostly on MTGO.
Commander Legends draft is to Commander. So here you're drafting a 60-card deck.
Unfortunate.
100-card Commander deck, like the 40 instead of 60 for regular formats. And other than that, you're pretty much following Commander rules. You still got 40 life, color identity, Commander damage. In fact, your gameplay
60-card
is 100%
Commander.
But there's one more twist in the deck building, which is the singleton rule doesn't apply.
Eric agreed.
Because, like in normal draft, you can draft 5 of a card and play them all. We don't want you to happen to end up with 2 copies of a card and then be disappointed you've got to pass one because you already picked it.
Ooh,
that said,
wow.
This set's a lot bigger than normal, so it still has a lot of that singleton feel.
Yeah, and you know, when drafting this set, you don't actually get 2 copies of a card very often because the set is so large.
No
it's
singleton.
Just a twist on how you normally draft. Normally at the end of the draft, you might have no
or
duplicates,
the
maybe
drafting
1
portion of
duplicate,
the set,
but it doesn't come up that often. So once you actually start playing, it's just basically
makes sense.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so now Jules, a moment ago you talked about something going on with that third element of why you can pick 2 cards at a time. So why don't you talk about something that's happening in this set and how we got there?
Yeah. So
Eric, I don't think so. It's not a
we
format.
recognized a really big
They're
problem
not.
with
They're not
draft
introducing a
command.
format. That's just how the draft,
So, let's say you've
the draft
got
mode is going to
your first
go.
legend.
And they've made special rules like that in the
And
past. You know, Battle Bond had
Sorry,
its own set of
Goth to
special
Dirk
rules.
fans, he's not in the set. Just an example. But
Goth to
you've got
Dirk
your
is not in
blue-white
the set.
legend.
Got
You
it.
go, great, I'm going to draft blue-white. You start picking strong blue
Eric, I
cards,
think
you
that's
got yourself
probably
a
why they're
counter
ignoring the
spell,
singleton rule
you're
for the
off to
draft version of
races,
this.
But it doesn't look like there's a lot of white coming around the table. And then you get past a cultivate. Well, this is a really tough situation, because if you want to take cultivate and try to move into maybe being blue-green, who knows if you're going to see a blue-green legend. That's a very small portion of the ones available. But this is an essential element of draft where you can maneuver as you're playing. So, thought about a lot of ways to try to address this, and finally settled on one we'd actually already hit on: partner.
Now, Jules, you're saying partners back in this set, to be clear.
Yeah. So
Partners
Commander
back.
2016 had
That's
2
cool.
other
It'll open up
partners,
our
and
options
here
when we're
finally going
deck
to do
building.
something
Have a
that
ton more partners.
people
That'll
have
be
been
tight.
asking for a long time.
Yeah, I would agree. I
Monocolor
like this
partners,
change,
not
or I
just
like this
cards to
inclusion.
partner with, but that can partner with anything.
So are all the partners in this set monocolored?
They are. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Mostly
perfect.
monocolor
So, Super
commanders.
exciting. We've got a ton of new partners here. And so partners, ever since Commander 2016 released, monocolored partners is one of the most popular requests we've
Interesting.
gotten. I'm going to compare that with another very popular request for this guy, Sengir the Dark Baron. So we've been asked for a new Baron Sengir for a very, very, very long time. And I think for Commander Legends, which has all kinds of deep cuts from Magic's history, combined with a brand...
Yeah, Ronald, I don't
partner,
agree. I
these are
don't think
two
that they're
great
trying to
tastes
push brawl
that
with
go
this
well
format or
together.
with this
We're going
draft.
to show you your
you
first
know,
Commander Legends preview card. I hope you all
draft
out there are really excited
experience.
and ready. We're going to show you Sengir the Dark Baron. Take a look at Sengir's return to form.
Here's the new card.
So
Black,
Jules,
black,
this is talk about this card a little bit for us.
Yeah. So we certainly, when bringing back Legends, people know and love, wanted to capture.
Whenever
what they
another
loved in the
player
first
loses the
place.
game, you gain life
So,
equal to that player's
got
life total as
some
the turn
mechanical
began.
Callbacks to set the original Baron Sengir, but also some
pretty
new things
nifty.
that feel perfectly in flavor for him. And this might look like a weird take on partner to you. He doesn't seem to want friends around. He wants them dead. But with the recent Commander Dies rule change, if you get another partner who can die and be recast easily, that might make a great snack for Sengir, or maybe a partner who will help other stuff die.
Yeah, and partner, I mean, if you've never played with partner, it is an incredibly powerful mechanic. Having 2 commanders is really, really strong. So this plus something else is already good. Plus it helps feed itself, which is great. And
This is a cool card.
This thing grows super fast. You slam it down, you sacrifice some creatures, and it's huge. It can kill in one swing pretty easily.
And if you manage to, you're gaining a lot of life off that other ability.
Casual, catch you later.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, one thing though about Baron Sengir that I've always loved. Here's the original card for comparison. You'll note, by the way, that this has a very similar mechanical throwback to the old Baron Sengir. The original one got a +2/+2 counter, and then this one got 2 +1/+1 counter. So it really has that great callback. But one thing that's really iconic to me about
cool
Baron
art, too.
Sengir, of course, is Pete Venters. So with the new Sengir, the one in the main set is not done by Pete Venters.
Yeah, Jesse, I would say so.
But
That's
we
a
still
nice
wanted
nice
to
little
make sure
combo
to
there,
bring it
huh?
in on the fun, and we had a really cool idea for how to do so. So
I like
we
that.
talked with Pete and commissioned a new piece of Baron Sengir artwork that shows up on a special version that will show up in our preview events. This is kind of like a pre-release. You'll find out more about this in the weeks and months to come, but you'll be able to pick this up along at your preview events. And this is really cool to get the original artist for Baron Sengir, the person who kind of concepted the whole
Preview
character,
event
to come
card.
back and do another round on it, which I think is just fantastic. So Jules, okay, so we've seen Baron, who's kind of, you know, he's kind of mean. Like, he wants his partner to die in particular. But not all the partners are like this, and in fact, some of the partners are a lot more synergistic together. So, why don't you tell us about another couple partners right here?
New cards, here we go.
Well, we knew another big promise of partner. You know, you want to mix and match partners and come up with your own combinations, but you also want to see pairs that have a kinder relationship. You know, the sort of legends we might give partner with in another setting. So, a long time ago, back in 2016, we published a story called Under the Silver Moon that I know a lot of you read and loved, and I did too. And it followed the story of two characters who also showed up in a little bit of flavor text. And for years now, we've been getting requests. When are we going to see Hal and Elena? Well,
here we go.
Let's look at their pictures.
Oh, I'm so excited, Jules. These two have been on my list for such a long time, and to finally get them out in the set, I mean, their story's so great.
This artist is one of my favorite in Magic. If this is who I think it is.
So I think even I might have put these in like the original
those pieces look
draft,
awesome.
And you worked really hard to tweak these cards and bring them to life. So we are going to show you these cards. Jules, are you ready for the world to see these cards?
Oh yeah.
This is dope.
Here we go. Take a look at
hopefully
Hal
one's green,
and
one's
Elena,
black.
two popular characters from Innistrad showing up on cards for the first time.
One's green, one's red.
Now, there's a lot going on here, but the first thing I want you to talk about,
Zoltan
Jules,
Boros.
is if you look at their expansion symbol, that is an uncommon expansion symbol. Tell us about this.
Exactly. In order to make draft work, we needed a lot of
the
uncommon
reach.
legends. But
Another creature.
We know these are also going to be cards people want to play as their commanders. So the uncommon
legends
are a little
not
simpler
bad.
than ones you might find at Rare and Mythic. But
Elena adds mana.
They still pack a lot of punch. And
lowish power. Wish the converted was a little lower.
We wanted to make really sure
I don't think these see,
they were a great pair together,
they won't
as well
see
as
a
being
much
able to
like
spread out
competitive
for the
play
draft environment and pair with other legends.
in straight up
So,
commander, but these will
they
be
both are asking you
pretty
to do
cool
same
in
sort
the
of thing,
draft
have a bunch of
format.
high-powered creatures in your deck. They work together really effectively so that when you're casting big creatures that cost a lot of mana, Hal and Elena will still link up to let you deal damage equal to their power, or get out another big creature.
Just noticing the one on the right is equal to the greatest power among creatures you control that entered the battlefield this turn, so she can't just add mana.
Alana's great at killing off other creatures to grow the Baron, or Elena could add a ton of mana if you can kill off some creatures the turn you bring him down.
Yeah, and I know especially that ramp ability on Elena is super, super exciting to me. I mean, as the Red Council of Colors member, is that something that you were excited to bring into the world?
It was. So there are a lot of, I guess, central pieces of the color
See the
pie,
mythics.
And then
The uncommons are fine. They're not
shifts
impressive. I want to see the
and
mythics.
Both of these cards are taking abilities that are in their colors, but shifted a little towards the other. Green has creature.
Elena's a
the ability to
4/3,
make
by
its
the way.
creatures deal damage equal to
And my
their
picture's
power,
kind of in the way.
but Han is doing it so frequently it plays a little more into the red removal space. And red can make mana temporarily or erratically, but Elena's going to town on that, taking a little bit out of Green's pie.
Yeah,
now,
got a 3/4
as a
human
reminder,
archer,
drafting this, you're
4/3
playing
human
multiplayer
scout.
Magic, right? You're
It
gonna
is
break
notable
them
that
into
we've got
positive four.
human
And so
on
with,
there,
like, Helena, for
relevant
example,
creature
you will always
type,
have a
but
target. The games will go long, so Elena
in
will
red
give you
and
a lot of
green,
mana. Really
rather
exciting.
probably be in
But okay,
white
so now,
with
here's the thing.
humans.
I've shown you three partners
If you're really
so
going to
far.
lean into that
There's
as a
question about
creature
draft that I'm
type.
sure you're all wondering, and I know that many of you are probably wondering this.
Yeah, Brian, I agree. I wish
whenever we
CMC
would
was a little bit
explain draft,
lower.
me
They'd
or
be more
Jules, didn't
interesting
matter
to me
when,
if they
there
were
would
like get on the
always be
battlefield and get
one
going
question
kind of
we
commanders.
would get every
And
single
obviously,
time,
I'm not talking
and many
about
of
the
you are
limited
probably
format of
wondering
this. I'm
it
talking
too.
about the
And that
full-on
question,
constructed
Jules,
commander
I'll ask on behalf
format.
of the entire audience here. What happens if you finish drafting and you don't have a commander?
Well, I'll start off by saying this is very rare. Out of all of our play
Yeah,
testing,
Gary, sorry
it's
about that.
happened
That was
less than a dozen
4/3.
times, but still,
Yeah, no
we
worries.
knew we needed a solution. So, we wanted a commander who could plug whatever color you needed that would always be available.
Seb McKinnon, y'all.
Seth McKinnon knocked it out of the park, figuring out how to solve that in art.
Instantly
This is the
recognizable.
Prismatic Piper. So,
So, Jules, this is probably the weirdest card in the set. Talk to us about what exactly is going on here.
the Prismatic Piper acts sort of like a basic land. It's not a card you're drafting around so much as something you can add to your deck if you need it at the end. Basically playing the role of a partner of any.
Okay,
card.
so this is to fix the limited
So,
environment.
even
If
if you
you get to
somehow
the
end
end,
up
you don't
drafting
have a commander,
a deck
you can
with
grab
no
Prismatic
legends
Pipers
to
off
beat
the table,
you
I
can use
guess.
2 Prismatic Pipers since the singleton rule doesn't apply. Or more likely, if you end up, drafting
It is
blue-red,
everything
switching
and
to
nothing.
blue-green and never finding a green partner, the Prismatic Piper's there for you.
Yeah, this card is
Right.
the
And now, how
art
often,
is
just to be really
dope.
clear, how
The
many
card
times do you
is
think you've ever
fine.
seen a
It
Prismatic
feels a
Piper
need,
used?
My best guess would be
Feels a
7
necessity.
out of, our multiple years developing the set. This is really an infrequent occurrence. There are a lot of legends, so usually you'll get to find someone with a more unique take to
pretty
lead your
cool.
decks.
Right. So the odds you're going to actually have to resort to using
Eric,
this are pretty
do it.
low.
We're not going to stop you.
But it's there just in case.
Enjoy the commander.
And,
You get a monocolor commander with Prismatic Piper.
When this card shows
I
up,
guess you
it
have
does not
2.
replace
Yeah,
one of
it
those
will
2
be a cool
legends that
foil.
kicks
This
out
will
a
be a
common.
cool, like, little collector's
So,
item. Pick up
so
a foil and,
end up
just hold on to it.
losing out on a legend otherwise. And it shows up about, I think, 1 in every 6 packs. There's an article going up that might have a little more information. But
Ron, that's not a bad
this
idea.
thing will-
Essentially you
this
can
will
choose
show
any
enough at the table that if you
card
need
that
one, it can
has
show up,
partner.
but I don't expect to use it a
And
lot.
then you can
I also see a
include
lot of people in the
Prismatic
chat room
Piper as
talking
your
about Pauper Commander.
secondary.
It's finally time. You can finally build your true Pauper Commander deck.
And
So
make
go
it
nuts.
any third
Okay, so
color
now
that
let's
you
talk
want,
about,
and
you know,
just
talk
never
about
play
Commander
Prismatic
Legends
Piper.
packs
That's not a bad thought.
There are 71 total new legends in the draft boosters. Okay, so
Ooh.
71 brand new.
We've seen some of
legends.
them. Obviously, some
Out
of them are
of
going to be low
those,
power.
There are 41 monocolored partners, including Prismatic Piper, which I know is not.
We've got
technically
30
monocolored,
multicolor
but it's essentially
legends.
Monocolored, and the Prismatic Piper is basically always available. It's like a basic legend. By the way, we did the math on this. If you take the 41 legends in this set plus the 15 previous existing legends, there are over 1,500 possible partner combinations in Magic. So to the person out there who keeps messaging me on Twitter about how they're making every possible commander deck, I apologize. Try and get it done before Commander Legends hits. That's my recommendation. Additionally, there are 30 non-partner 2 or 3 color legends. So if partner's not your jam, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other really cool stuff in the set, 2 and 3 color legends that you can build new and wonky decks around. So you will not always have a partner, but sometimes you will have a partner. One thing I do want to call out is that
the Robness just asked me on Discord. I'm not sure if you're in
a slide here, but in the chat,
but these cards are going to be 20 cards each. They are increasing the count per pack in these packs.
About Commander Legends is that
also, if you're drafting with one other person, you'd end up with 3 packs of cards, so 60,
than a normal
90
booster,
cards
but
actually.
Not as expensive as Masters product. So once again, we expect Commander Legends draft boosters to be more expensive than a normal booster, but not as expensive as Masters product.
Eric,
So,
I don't think the
hopefully that
partners will
gives you a
show up
bounding
together.
box
I
there
think
for
there's
what
just
you
going to be
can expect.
partners littered throughout the
especially
entire
when
set, and they can
we're looking
all.
at other products
They don't
that
have
are
specific partner. They have
okay.
general partners,
Finally,
so they
one
can
other thing I wanna
partner with
mention
any creature
about
with
Commander
partner,
Legends,
if that makes sense.
There are some powerful white cards in this set as well.
Gosh, they keep
this might
repeating
do
that,
something
don't they?
harkens back to
Powerful
what
white
Ari
cards.
said earlier.
Ooh.
Ari, why don't you tell us about one powerful white card we can expect to find here?
Yeah, so this.
Yeah, Tanner, I don't think
card
this
is
will be
just,
cheap.
A real
Ooh.
powerhouse. If you
Alright,
have
looks
people
dope.
at your table who are, casting a bunch of cultivates and dumping tons and tons of lands onto the battlefield, this card will single-handedly keep you caught up.
Yeah,
Very,
Geoff,
very
that's what I'm saying.
efficiently,
I like
both
that
in
thought.
lands and in creatures,
As long as
if
the
for
other
some
has
reason
partner.
Your board gets wiped away.
So if you choose,
Let's show them
Thrasos
Keeper
is
of the
blue-green, I
Accord.
think.
All right, so here is Keeper of the Accord. This is a pretty powerhouse white card. And now, Ari, this card can even potentially get you multiple lands the turn after you cast it.
Beginning of each opponent's end step, if that
right,
player
so
controls more creatures than you,
notice
create a
that this
1/1 white
triggers
creature
at the
soldier
beginning of
token.
Each opponent's end
So that's
step.
each
in
opponent's
one
end
trip
step, you
around
get a
the
1/1 if
table,
that
this
player
will be
has
getting
more
you up to
creatures.
3 1/1s and up to
At the
3
beginning of each opponent's end
plays
step, if that player
directly onto
controls
the
more
battlefield.
lands than you may search your library for a basic plains, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. Each opponent's end step if they control more lands. Y'all, this is going to be a commander
This is an
stable.
example of some of the stuff to come up in the future. Commander Legends has a little
Wow!
bit. We're working on really far
Each
ahead
opponent's
timelines here,
end step,
but
go
this is
get a
taste of
land
things
if
to
they have
come
more
and,
lands than
in
you.
Not only in Commander Legends, but in other upcoming sets. You might see some other stuff in this vein. I know there's been a lot of
That
discussion
is
about if
really
cards like
good.
Cartographer's Hawk or Verge Rangers are
That
good
is
enough.
really
Keeper of the
good.
Accord, I think almost certainly is. So this card is super strong.
Too bad it can't be a commander, but
Thank you very
I
much.
think it'd be
Ari, for that preview.
overpowered.
Okay, so now I want to get
Well,
into
still be mono white,
another
right?
section that's going to show off some more cool stuff from
This is a
Commander
dope
Legends. This is the booster fun section. So recently we have started talking about booster fun with our sets. Here are a few examples you'll see here, for example, of some of the extended art cards we've done in Theros Beyond Death, Aquaria, and the core set. And we have some stuff like this coming out to you in Commander Legends in some pretty cool new ways. So there's a couple.
Y'all know they had to do it to you. Wizards is like,
and foremost,
also collector boosters.
Extended art versions.
That'd be nuts.
So Keeper of the Accord, for example, extended art. It's a rare. It gets extended art in the product like you would expect from a rare in a mainline set. Cool. But also we're extending this treatment a little bit further. Pardon the pun there, I suppose, of extending. There are some cards in the set that are going to be really important for drafting and our commander staples. Here are two good examples: Commander Sphere and Command Tower. Now, as you can imagine, when you're drafting Commander, you're going to want things to fix your mana. You're going to want to have mana rocks around. Both of these are in the main set of Commander Legends. But in addition, we handpicked some cards in particular that are staples, that common or uncommon, that will make for
Get it in foil though. That's cool. Cards. Always got to keep in mind, since this is a draftable set, we're gonna have random foils and stuff like that. Ooh, baby.
And there's a wide variety of common and uncommon.
Extended art Command Tower, y'all.
You will want to own, which is really cool. But what about the Legends?
Beautiful.
Now, you'll notice that I did not show off in the extended art Legends earlier, and that's because they get a slightly different treatment. For example, let's take Sengir right here, Sengir the Dark Baron. We saw him earlier hanging out. There is a unique frame and treatment that is going on all of the Legends that are in the set. So here's the unique frame for what Sengir the Dark Baron will look like, and also has a unique.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll take it or leave it on Sengir, but
there's Sengir right here.
On some of the other commanders, especially multicolored commanders, I think this is going to look sick.
New-looking treatment.
Yeah, see, the green and the red ones already look better to me. If it's in multicolor, this treatment is going to look so choice. Just
the cards in the
chef's
set,
kiss.
or the cards that are in the main set, getting this treatment. We reached back into history and picked 32 popular Legends from Magic's history, and
here we go.
Here. So, for example, here's one that
Reprints, baby.
Plenty play on commander tables. Prossh, Sky Raider of Care. Well, we
one of my commanders.
Forward and brought it into Commander Legends in
yes.
this special frame.
Want.
So you'll be able to find this
Want
as well as
in foil.
Reprint Legends in this frame in this set. Now, I mentioned that this is part of a treatment, and this is the important part. The frame on its
I was hoping that the multicolor was going to look a little cooler.
Cool, but there's a treatment that
in this background area here.
It look really fantastic.
I wanted it to have a little more like
foil treatment. This is a brand new kind of foiling
representation of the three different colors.
Awesome. And this, if you remember all the way back to the beginning of the presentation, is where Christoph comes in, because we actually didn't even think we were going to have any of these in person yet. So we reached out to Christoph at one of our facilities over in Belgium and was able to actually show
Are you kidding me? Are they going to do textured cards?
Video
is this happening? Are we getting textured cards?
10 seconds long. So you'll see it here kind of going across the card.
Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. They're doing the textured card thing. Oh my god.
It's pretty cool.
I talked about this in an interview
because we're doing it across the internet.
earlier this year on the channel, the possibility that we start, like, they start pulling out all the stops, going as far as texturing cards. Oh my god, they're doing it.
Many times as you want, and it looks really, really cool.
This is interesting.
But it has a very look than actual foil.
Okay, so it is not textured in that it feels different, but it
literally
looks.
At the 11th hour, I got one hand delivered to me last night.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's not raised, still flat.
You can't see it very well because this is a video, but I'll post some pictures up on Twitter later, maybe, of what this thing looks like. So it is pretty awesome.
Okay, but like a new kind of foil.
On this,
oh my god.
There are 32.
Yo, Wizards is my wallet. Wizards, stop.
But every draft
gosh.
that appears in the draft boosters can also appear here in Etched Foil, which is
new type of foil.
So
a new type of foil.
Set together,
what?
Legend is kind of a big thing here. You can open up over 100 different legends. That is a ton of good legendariness you can find here. Which means, by the way, that there's going to be a lot of variety in the draft. You can.
Jake was busy, so he couldn't jump on this stream with us, but I'm texting him right now. LOL, new type of foil. There are now 2 types of foil.
Here he is, right here.
Oh my gosh.
Collector booster packaging. Note that the
and collector's boosters. Duh.
They're not meant to be drafted with. And I'm not going to get into all the details of collector boosters. Those will come out a lot later. But just to recap, Etched Foils can appear in draft
Uh-huh.
boosters, and
You know what he
every
didn't
collector
just say?
booster,
He goes,
standard art
I'm not going to
cards
get into the
appear
details
only
of
in collector boosters. So that's
collector
kind of the
boosters,
breakdown
and in his head he
of these two
went, because then
things.
I'll have to talk about
And
fetch
I'm really
lands.
excited- Go ahead.
Are you saying even the reprint legends can appear in the draft boosters?
Even the reprint legends can appear in the draft boosters. So when you're drafting, you might occasionally get a Prossh or something like that, which is going to be really
Oh
fun
my
to kind
goodness.
of add variety to the draft experience.
This got nuts, y'all.
Okay, so
New
that
type of
was
foil.
a lot of what was going on here in Commander Legends. There's a ton of cool stuff, a ton of awesome
Variants
reprint
has just
cards,
been the
great
name
new
of this
cards.
year,
We
and
showed
now
you off a
we've
little bit of
got
what to expect here.
foil variants.
And now we want to save a little
Oh
bit
my
of time
gosh.
at the end for questions. So we're going to try our best to read through the chat and take out questions. We'll see
Chris,
how well this
honestly,
works.
I
Only
thought
use raise
that's
hands in real
what it
life.
was going to be. I thought it
I'm
was
gonna
going to
kinda
be
read
like
through the
a
questions and
textural,
toss
you
them out to
can
people.
feel it.
So one thing I
version
wanna mention
of
while
the
questions are
card.
rolling in is this is an awesome format to draft, of course, and even with a smaller group, if you're stuck at home and there are 4 of you, it's a great thing to play. If you want to open up a sealed deck and play against people across the internet, you can.
I'm wondering
totally
if
do
we're
that
going to
too.
get
So there's a
some
lot
kind of
variety in how you can
surprise
play this
card
set.
here at the
Wow,
end.
there is the chat is rolling very, very, very quickly.
Yeah, JW,
will,
they'll have regular packs too. Regular booster packs of this will be
we should know
available.
this
They
is
have
going to
created it
happen
as a
relatively.
draftable set. The collector's boosters are just
Someone
for those
asked
people
about
that want to take the
a
other approach and they
werewolf
don't
commander.
want to
Jules, can we
draft
expect any
this. They just
double-faced
want to
cards in this
open
set?
sweet looking, sick
Unfortunately,
cards,
Commander Legends doesn't have any
especially with
double-faced
that
cards in it,
secondary foil
so
treatment.
have to
What did he
wait
call it?
another
Can anybody
time
tell
for
me in
double-faced
chat, what did he
werewolf.
call that second foiling?
So, Double-Faced Werewolf Legend
thing?
is very, very much on our list of things to do.
Textured
It will not be in
foil?
Commander
No,
Legends,
that's not
but
it.
Trust me, there are plenty of other cool things.
Yeah, Chris, I
going on
agree.
here.
A textured card would be pretty sweet.
I saw a question about Kithkins.
Etched
Are there going to be
foil.
any Kithkins in
Is that what they
Commander
called it,
Legends?
Eric? Etched foil?
I will. You know what? I'll say this. I'll say there is at least one Kithkin in Commander Legends, and we'll leave it there.
Etched foil. Got it.
Wow. There is so much going on here. Really fast while I try and take questions, write some down. Jules, what else do you want to say about the set, about its process and kind of the stuff you put into it?
Yeah, certainly a lot of the challenge on this set was there were just
Lawrence, yeah, you
so
can
many
draft
ways
with
to
collector
go.
boosters if you want.
In a normal set, we might
He did
have,
specifically
you know,
say,
a
though,
few
that they're
limited
not
themes
balancing
and a
it.
few
They're not
sideways
balancing the
build-arounds, but this set we
collation,
wanted to make
the
sure that
allocation,
you could
excuse me, on cards
play
so that it
any
is a
legends
good
you got as
draftable
your
experience.
commander. So they have
But you
different
can just
levels of
draft some
support.
premium cards for
Some
sure.
really knock it out of the park. Some you have to work a little more to get a deck synergizing around. But there are so many different decks you can draft in this environment. And
Now, someone in chat asks, Jules, speaking of drafting, how well does sealed work? Talk about sealed a little bit.
yeah, so
Care about sealed. We want the
Sealed
collector
this set
aspect.
is
You know what we talk
a
about
little
on this
bit harder
channel,
to draft. You don't
baby.
have all
That
these
collector
cards
aspect.
going around the table. So
Yeah, Pete. Right.
you may want to add
It changes.
a couple
Y'all,
extra
Pete Angel
boosters
summed it
to
up
your
perfectly. It's a
normal
change in the
expected
foil
sealed to
look
make sure you
without
have lots of
changing the
legend
feel of
options
the
to
card.
use. But
It's such a cool.
once
It's
you've
such a
got
cool
that,
idea. I
you
mean,
have
they've
more
just
flexibility
blown
than
it
you
out of
expect
the
in
park
Commander
this
Sealed,
year
because there will
with
have been a fair number of
variants
partners to help you
of
pair
all of the
conversation
cards,
like.
and so having
Speaking of partners, Jules,
having now 2 different types of foil, not something I'm opposed to. Everybody wants to bling out their deck, you know. Everybody wants that special version. This is the version I like. They're leaning into that this year in a major way.
Is that we wanted to really take the time to make partners hum and make sure that they got the testing that they needed, because with you can imagine there are a ton of possible combinations there, and that's why we actually might have remembered that Sheldon Menery came in to work with us for a little while. That's one of the things he helped playtest with us. We've also shown a bunch of them to the Command Zone and the Commander Rules.
It seems like the cards might be over. They might still give us a surprise here at the
so
end.
We did a lot of playtesting of these,
But that's
help get them in the
cool.
right spot.
This was a
Jules, you can
cool,
talk to
cool
this as well.
reveal, y'all. This set is
So,
going to be
you know,
dope, and
with
this did not kill my hype for it at all.
That means
We
even
got
with
new
all the
collector
extra
stuff.
time
We
and
got
attention
stuff for the
going
limited
into it,
aspect
getting
that is awesome. We got stuff for
teams with every
constructed
partner
commander,
combination
also
together.
awesome.
But we did lay out the spreadsheet of all of the possible partner combos and
I
try
wanna
evaluate
see-
them and did more tests.
Yeah,
and
Randy, I'm
thought
hoping
it
that
was
we still
necessary.
get a
So,
little
we spent
surprise
a long
here
time
at the
and effort
end.
trying to get this right. And
I'm gonna hang on. I'm not gonna shut us
Yeah,
down
yeah,
here until
agreed.
we see the very end
Couple
of
other
this
questions
stream.
here.
I want to see.
Are there any mutate cards?
I want to
in
see
the
a
set? Well,
new
what we said
mythic
earlier is there will
commander.
be
You know, I really want to
4
see. Honestly, I want to see the Kamal
non-evergreen
commander, but I
mechanics,
want to see one of the
3
new
returning
mythic
and 1
commanders,
new. So I guess it
multicolor.
depends on if you think mutate will be one of the 3 returning
Chris, I
mechanics.
appreciate you hanging out. Everybody who's hanging out in chat, y'all, this is awesome. This is now our top stream ever. We've just recently gotten into consistently streaming on YouTube, so make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. We will be jumping on and hanging out a lot more often. We really want to get more into the streaming aspect of this, so I appreciate you hanging out. This has been a hell of a stream for us and a hell of a stream for Commander players. These reveals have been so dope. I mean, we started with Commander Collection Green having $146 of value before we even talk about new art on a Soul Ring and new art on a Command Tower. Kevin, dope to hang out. I appreciate it.
Normal Commander themes and things people generally like when working on this.
Yeah, Pete, of course, absolutely. I want to share this kind of stuff. This is... I've been looking forward to this announcement day all day. Honestly, I wanted to see like a new multicolor mythic commander, which I'm holding out hope that we still get a surprise card at the end of this. But, you know, we'll see. It's been dope otherwise.
Some cards to your existing decks and give you new options, and there are some things that are a little more
Evan, you're a swell person. And everybody else, y'all are all swell people. Evan's absolutely right.
You know, I think when building these themes, we looked a lot to normal commander, and so when you can draft
MTG Holic, I appreciate those good vibes, man.
For your deck, which is totally awesome. But also there's, I mean, even though there's lots of commons and uncommons are limited, there's plenty of cards that'll make your commander decks a slam dunks, and some of these new themes will get blown out.
Were they supposed to spoil a Zendikar Rising card? I don't know, Pete. I don't think so. I think that the focus of this one is Commander Legends. We might get spoilers throughout the weekend. I mean, they're really pushing Command Fest this weekend. And so we might get some more spoilers throughout the weekend, which, you know, obviously, again, hit that notification bell. We'll make a video as soon as we've got new info. We like to jump on it and tell you our take on it. So make sure you are subscribed and notified, and we will get it going.
So some of the cards are very, very
Lawrence, except for those who play Zur.
Trying to aim the cards at more specific.
Completely with you on that. One of my earliest memories of playing Commander, right when the format was new, I played Uriel, Miststalker. Jake was playing, I think he was also playing Karavik at that time. He also really liked Carador, and our buddy Dom played Zur. Dom always kicked our asses, and we complained so much about Zur, because at that time Commander was in its infancy and there weren't a ton of cards to deal with it, you know. Pete, appreciate the dono. Really, really thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you hanging out.
So yes, Pauper players, there'll be some stuff here that you might care about. So stay tuned.
Right, Mo Holy Ghost, I'm with you. Now, when I got Prossh, when that was printed, suddenly I became the enemy. I love Prossh so much. Probably one of my favorite commanders of all time. Ooh, Josh Perry, Judge Promo Zur. Hang on, I'm not even aware of that. What that looks like. But we're gonna find out.
Good news is the set actually plays pretty well, drafted even with 4 players. We even tested 4-player drafts, right, Jules?
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Are you talking about you got this?
We played almost as many 4-player drafts.
Oh,
as 8-player drafts.
baby, 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 baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware of this card.
We kind of prepared for this eventuality in a sense, and you are good to go.
Josh, that is chef's kiss.
These other questions here.
I'm still keeping them on, guys. I'm just gonna listen to Pete. Yeah, I appreciate that dono, man. Much love.
Right. So everything else is uncommon.
I'm still listening to them to make sure that we've got the information
with the Prismatic Piper right now.
coming in.
Will we see,
Got that in Ristic Study promo. Oh, that Ristic Study promo is sick too.
Will we see old characters show up, or sorry, new characters show up in the set too?
Yeah, we've got a lot of new characters for you, in addition to lots of old favorites and characters people have been asking for. With so many legends in the set, there was room for all kinds.
This one.
How many?
This is that promo Ristic Study.
How long do games and drafting normally take? How long does this experience take to run traditionally?
Yeah.
Sick.
Definitely is going
Drawing the circle with one hand, he's holding the circle with the other.
Familiarity with the cards.
Sick card.
What kinds of decks people draft.
That's a nice pickup.
In general, I'd say you can get a draft and a commander game done in
Yeah, Ron, we're hanging.
just about 2 hours.
We got a big old group here.
And one of the things I love about Commander Legends is you can draft, play that game, within 2 hours or something like that. And then you have basically the start of a commander deck, right? You've got a 60-card commander deck. You can then add some cards into and upgrade to a full-on commander deck.
Exactly.
Jules, why did we choose 60 for the draft rather than 100?
Well,
so that you make sure to get cards. That makes sense. Okay, so that's a cool note. That's a cool thought. This is going to be a good way to break your friends into playing Commander. If they already don't have Commander decks, I don't know what they're doing. How have they gone this long without creating a single Commander deck if they know how to play Magic? But this will be a cool way to do it if you have them go up to your LGS, draft one night of Commander Legends. They'll have a 60-card Commander deck that they dump 40 more cards into, of which a lot of those will be lands and easy to acquire. And they'll have a full-on, brand spanking new Commander deck. That's pretty cool.
Draft decks end up feeling less powerful than the pre-constructed decks that we've been making, but you do have a lot of powerful interactions going on. I would expect probably a number or two below wherever on your own scale you put our regular pre-con decks.
Yeah, I mean, so the draft, of course, it's like draft compared to normal Magic constructed, right? It's going to be a little weaker power level, but the cards in here are still plenty strong. So a lot of the stuff here, you'll be
one more splash new card. Let's go.
Commander deck.
Show us a new
but
Commander.
The draft is going to feel more like a draft experience, which to me is part of the fun. Another thing I love about playing Commander Legends Limited is there's no power level discussion. You just draft and you play. And if your opponent's deck is too strong, well, you can blame someone for passing them whatever card they got passed. So that's a lot of fun.
Lawrence, what about... hey, thank you for the follow there, Tarzan. Lawrence, I was thinking about playing some Commander, actually, on MTGO.
All the monocolor legends
if anybody wants to play some MTGO Commander, I'd roll a game right after this. If you've got an MTGO Commander deck, let me know in chat. And we'll see if we can get a 4-person group going of just viewers today. That would be super tight.
So most of the decks at the draft table will be 2 colors.
Perfect. Well, we've taken...
Yeah, Shane, they confirmed that partner's going to be a returning mechanic, and they showed us some uncommon partners. They were a little underwhelming, but...
At Jules Robbins, or you can hit up Ari at the 6th comma.
Come on, here we go. We need a splash card.
Excuse me.
Let's go.
We'll be happy to field any questions on these products. One thing, though, we took a bunch of questions. There is one more thing. There's one more thing.
Here we go.
To show off to all of you that I think you will really enjoy.
All right, everybody.
So a few years back, we came out with a little set called Battle Bond. This was a set that I was the lead designer of. Jules was on the team. It was inspired, or the vision design was by Sean Main. It turned out to be a really great set, and people really, really loved it. But there was basically one request that came out immediately as soon as the set came out. And in fact, these were even in, if you can believe how our timelines work, these cards were actually already in Commander Legends before the other ones were even previewed. So
what do we got, y'all?
In Commander Legends, you will find the other 5 Battle Bond lands. The enemy Battle Bond lands are here, the crowd lands, as I like to call them. They're all still set on Kylum.
So they're not reprinting the ones from Battle Bond, but they're giving us the others to complete the cycle.
All 5 of them are here. There's
beautiful inclusion.
Exciting stuff,
beautiful inclusion. Always love when there's prime real estate in a set. This is so cool
to show off, just in terms of how much I've been asked for them. So here are all 5 of these, and of course, because these are rares in the set, these will also come in gorgeous extended art versions.
Of course they will.
Boosters. So
Wizards wants your money, y'all. No shocker there.
With these. So this is finally, I really care a lot about completing land cycles. This is the one that I'm very excited to complete and be able to give you all 5 of the enemy ones.
Yeah, that's a cool inclusion.
So that
must say
going on with Commander Collection Green and Commander
that is a cool
Legends.
Inclusion.
You will find 5 of these here, and just these 5 in the set. Commander Collection Green releases December 4th. Commander Legends will release on November 6th. So get ready for all of that, and the preview event you might find a little bit more about
That
sooner.
is November.
And also remember, this kicks off Command
It's covered
Fest
by their
weekend,
pictures, but it's
so go
November
check out
6th.
The Command Fest at channelfireball.com/CommandFestOnline, or just stay tuned to the stream for all kinds of other fantastic Commander action. I will see you on social media. I'll see you on Twitter. I'll be talking with you all about this, I'm sure, for a while to come. On behalf of Ari and Jules,
y'all,
and all Wizards of the Coast,
this reveal was
put a ton of time
so
and
tight.
into this product. And into both
this
of
was
these
such a good reveal. Blake, appreciate that subscription if you're hanging out. Thanks for spending your time with us. Y'all, let's go to chat.
Even more about Commander Legends.
That
Take care, everybody.
Was an excellent reveal. That was... Let's recap. What'd we get, y'all? Actually, let's bring it up in Scryfall. I wonder if we've got the cards there in Scryfall yet. Scryfall's fast, but I don't know if they're that fast. Nope, not yet. What's a good... somebody drop a link in the chat. Is there... hey, happy birthday on November 6th, Josh. That'll be an excellent birthday for you. If somebody can find me a link, I'd like to see the cards that were revealed here on stream today. I'm not sure if there's any website that already has them up, but we could talk through those. The Commander Collection Green and the Commander Legends cards that we saw today. I'd love to see it. Reborn Spoilers might have it in real time. Let's check. Oh my goodness, excuse me. That was almost a burp. Brand new. Oh, Instagram stream. Okay, yeah. I wasn't aware of this website. Thank you for sharing. It's cool. Okay, so we saw the new Singir Dark Baron. Black 4 for a flying legendary creature Vampire Noble. When another creature dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on him. Whenever another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. So it's going to really reward, you know, like big punches. Obviously, you can gain 5-10 life regularly with this, but if you can figure out a way to, you know, like exsanguinate somebody for huge, I would say. I mean, that'd be so tight. Play Singir, it gets back around, you've untapped with Singir, you exsanguinate, somebody loses off that exsanguinate, you're gaining 15 life. How much do you guys think this Commander Collection Green will cost? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's $146 of value. Sorry, I'm jumping topics here, but Commander Collection Green is $146 of value with Worldly Tutor at $30, Sylvan Library at $60, Omnath at $25, Seedborn, Freya Elise both around $10-12, then Bane of Progress at $9, plus your Command Tower and your Soul Ring with new art, with green-centric art. Which is actually, now it's making me think we need to look forward to that for all the colors too, because I know we're going to get Commander Collections of each color. So eventually we are going to have foil versions of color-centric Soul Rings and Command Towers, even further allowing you to bling out your Commander deck. Wow, that's crazy. Jake, everybody get a slash wave in the chat. That person typing as Jake and Joel are Magic is Jake from Jake and Joel are Magic. He's a gem. He's been busy this morning, but he's hopping in saying, hey, Jake, we just had a crazy reveal here. Okay, let's catch Jake up. Let's go with Commander Collection Green first. Okay, Commander Collection Green includes Sylvan Library, Worldly Tutor, Omnath, Seedborn Muse, Freya Elise, Bane of Progress, and a Command Tower and a Soul Ring with new color-centric art. $146 of value in that pack. They're going to offer a non-foil and a foil version that you can pick up. A premium version, if you will. So crazy. So crazy. So crazy. Meaningful fetch reprints were not covered today. They were not covered today. Where's the rest of this this via Instagram? Let's go to their Instagram and see what we got. Need to follow these people. Done. Followed. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Jake. Worldly got a reprint. Yep. Also, I mean, guaranteed Sylvan Library. That's so crazy. Here we go. So here's our Worldly Tutor. Let me switch to the other view. Make this a little bit bigger if we can. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. So here is our Worldly Tutor reprint featuring Yisin the Wanderer Bard. That is not Court of Calling like most people thought. It is a Worldly Tutor. Pretty sweet. This is a pretty sweet card. Yeah, I don't think that Commander Collection is going to have a fetch land. I think that this is already such a value-packed list. They just wanted to make these Commander Collections legitimate. They didn't want to make them like the, you know, signature spell books or anything and offer commons with new treatments. They wanted, other than I guess Soul Ring and Command Tower, but they wanted some actual value built into that, which I think is just excellent. So that's our Whirly Tutor. We also got a Freyalise, Llanowar's Fury reprint. Yeah, agreed, Jake. We got a Freyalise reprint, which Freyalise right now is a $12 card. We got a Seedborn Muse reprint, which is a $10 card with new art. We got a Omnath. Is that new art for Omnath? I'm not really sure. We got an Omnath reprint. Omnath's currently sitting at 25. That's based on scarcity, though. We'll see how big the print run is on these and what the sale price will be. Yeah, Striker, I think hoping that this pack goes for under $50 is hopeful. And then we got this Sylvan Library. That Omnath is new art? Okay. The Sylvan Library with new art. This is so sick. You're just going to be able to go and acquire this. This is an excellent, excellent pack. I'm a huge fan. Oh yeah, OG art will definitely maintain value. And we've seen, again, in the past, I said this earlier in the stream, these cards, these box sets, they don't do a ton to slam the price of these cards. But the fact of the matter is that you'll be able to go, if this is an affordable product, you'll be able to go grab this and just have a Sylvan Library and a Seedborn Muse and a Whirly Tutor. Just straight up. Oh yeah, Outsider. Yeah, the math on this is $146 in value of the current price of these cards. Sylvan Library is 60, Whirly Tutor's 30, Omnath is 25, Freyalise is 12, Seedborn is 10, Bane of Progress is $9. Jake, they did not go over the sale price of these. I missed it if they did. I don't think that they covered what they're recommending. I mean, you know they got away from MSRP anyway. And so these will be LGS cards. This one's kind of hard to see. Not great quality there, but you can kind of get the gist of it. That's the green Soul Ring, which I'm assuming now, again, and I'm repeating myself, but I'm assuming that with Commander Collection, we're going to see a Soul Ring and a Command Tower in every color Commander Collection that comes out. Green is our first look at the Commander Collection sets. But I think that it would not be, you know, I'm not venturing too far to say Soul Ring Command Tower with new color-centric art would be featured in each of the Commander collections. There's the Command Tower out in the forest. Got the Garrick Wildspeaker text on there. Yeah, exactly, Jake. I think that that's something that we can say we'll have. It'll obviously be these color-centric treatments. So green Soul Ring versions here, but green Command Tower and Soul Ring versions, but also them in foil. That's pretty sweet. That Soul Ring and that Command Tower are tight. Here's the Bane of Progress. New art on that. Hang on, Icarus. I'm checking this link. Oh. I just got sent a link by Kid Icarus on Twitter. Let me open this up. I'm going to open this up off camera here. So y'all can't see my messages. We got secret things in the work that y'all can't be aware of yet. Okay, so check this out. Thanks to Kid Icarus on Twitter for sending me this. Commander Collection Green Premium Edition, pre-sailing for $80. Already sold out on the beardeddragongames.com. And Commander Collection Green Regular Edition, $40 out of stock. I wonder if these were even listed as in stock and ready to be purchased yet, or if they're just listing them Chris, yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate that link. That's very interesting to give us some kind of term of value here, but I don't see how this is sustainable. I think people would pay $60 for this. Right. Yeah. See, yeah, Pete, Outsider Sideroth, I'm with you on that. I think that, I mean, minimum $60, right? Yeah, Jake, I'm with you. I think that this price goes up. It is interesting that they've already got them listed for 40 and 80, but I'm thinking more 80 for the regular version. There's just no way that they would sell these for that cheap. I just don't see how that would be. Let's go check. Card Kingdoms. Got them listed yet? Nope, not listed yet. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are good for multiple reasons. These Commander Collection greens packs are good for multiple reasons because it is a great place to jump in. It's a great place to power up your deck. You know, Sylvan Library is an awesome card, but a lot of people haven't been able to play with it because of the, you know, price barrier. And so if suddenly it's not, you know, dropping 320s to get a Sylvan Library, unless this pack is $60, I guess, you can just buy it straight up and also get some good value. It's a great power up for your green deck. Right, yeah, not everybody's going to need these cards, and you know, I think the new arts are cool, but they don't, to me, like, I would want to acquire a copy of this Sylvan Library for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm good on these others. Whirly Tutor would be cool to have. It'll be cool if it kind of drops the price a little bit. Yeah, Jake, I'm with you. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. So that's Commander Collection Green. I think it's pretty tight. At the very least, it was a nice surprise today to get a good product. I think that product is good. Can't see a lot bad about that. Commander Legends. Let's go through some of the cards that we saw for Commander Legends. Jake, I'm set up if you want to call in, by the way. I'm not sure what your day looks like. Looking at Commander Legends. Oh, that's the full-on Commander Collection Green. So we got Singir the Dark Baron. They talked about how we're going to get a ton of partner. There's going to be a lot of partner in this set. There's a lot of monocolor commanders in the draft environment, and we're going to get a lot of partner for the set so that you can have multicolor draft commander decks. They showed off Singir the Dark Baron here. 2 black, 4 other for a 4/4 flyer. Whenever another creature dies, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. Incredible. I haven't ever seen anything like that on a card. The fact that it can partner with something. I mean, like, I want this in my Exsanguinate deck. I've got a mono black deck, commander deck built around Erebos that is about making a lot of swampy bompy mana and sending it through Exsanguinates at my opponents. But I'm talking about this would be an excellent inclusion in that, because then I'll gain double the life. Especially with all the enchantments that I've gotten there that, you know, when it's that kind of a life lost, life gained thing. If they lose life, I gain life sort of stuff. Sanguine Bond type effects. Cody Ely said, screw the finance aspect. You want people to play the game, then the cards need to be affordable. Jake agrees with you. I agree with you. That is what we want. But, Cody, we talk about the finance aspect because there is also a big contingent of this game of people that want not just the cards, but they want like the bling and cool, awesome version of those cards. They want things like a second type of foiling called Etched Foiling that makes their deck that much more special. But the base level cards, you're 100% right, should be affordable. so that anybody can play. More players equals more money. If more money is their focus, and Wizards has time and time again proven that it is, more cards, more players equals more money at a very base level. And so I couldn't agree more. Get the cards in the people's hands, but also provide premium, awesome showcase, extended art, etched foil versions so that the people that want that can have it. Jake is moving on to the 2XM singles discussion. Make sure you check out our video from earlier this week. We talked about now's maybe a good time to pick up 2XM singles. Let's keep going through some of these Commander Legends. This was a new legendary partner, Elena, and we also saw Helena. These are kind of medium. They're very uncommon legendary creatures, you can tell. Let's go back to Elena. Elena's a 1 red, 4 other 4/3 first striker. You can tap to add an amount of red mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control that entered the battlefield this turn. Not in love with this ability. This needed to be just mana added. It might have gotten too powerful, and especially on red, it doesn't make a ton of sense. But I think that we needed this card to always add mana for it to be really in the discussion of being competitive. Jake, yep, that's exactly right. It's just like different skins in video games. Have stuff for the regular player, have stuff for the whales. Mobetti1, I appreciate that subscription. Thank you so much if you're hanging out. Have stuff for every type of player, and your game will thrive. There are people who want to get the mobile app on their cell phone. Look at that first edition sticker, by the way, in my phone case. Hey-o. They want to get the mobile game on their app. I mean, they want to get the mobile game on their phone, and they just want to play it. And that's why most games have gone to a free-to-play model. They need a player base in general. But there's also going to be that dude that's like, I've been playing Clash of Kingdoms for years now, and I want to get $100 worth of skin boxes or whatever so that my characters look dope. There are players in Apex Legends. You know, I play it in the free-to-play version. I buy the Battle Pass. Nick T, thank you for that subscription. Really appreciate it if you're hanging out. I play a lot of Apex Legends. So does Jake. We don't spend a lot of money on the, you know, loot box, loot tick aspect of it, but we do save up our little shards and we buy the one skin we want. Jake really likes playing Caustic. He bought his Caustic special skin. I really like playing the drone guy, and I bought that special skin, but I didn't spend a lot of money into the packs. However, with a game like Magic Arena, I'll spend a ton of money into the packs, opening up more stuff. I'll go and look at the daily deals of what have you and go buy that stuff. I'll buy the special packs. I bought Slime Time Secret Arena earlier today. And so it's just different strokes for different folks. It's different versions, if you will, and they need to provide that across all of it. That's my rant on loot boxes in video games. Elena, not that great. Halana, Kessig Ranger, 1 green, 3 other 4, 3/4 Reacher. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. When you do, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. So, what I want to do when I'm designing these is swap these two abilities. Put the mana adder onto Helena so it's green and it can be all the time, not just on creatures that entered the battlefield this turn, and greatest power so it only looks at one creature, not the total power added onto the battlefield that turn. And then put our fight ability into red. Red fights sometimes, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just a green ability? I'm not really sure. My bottom line is with Elena and Helena, these are medium. These are very medium, over medium. These are eggs over medium for me, and I would not build these as a commander, although I think they'll be good in the draft experience. Jake asked, there's a draftable pack-based commander product, and then coming out alongside it is only a green pre-constructed thing. Yes. So the Commander Collection green that we looked at the cards for, those are like the signature spell books. These are two different products that they covered today. Let me see if they've got a picture of the two products alongside each other. Nope. They did show us that. Nope. Nope. Okay, so the two products that we got spoiled today was this Commander Collection green. This looks like, you know, your spell books. This looks like any of those sets where we know exactly what cards are being included. This one is the one that comes with Omnath, Whirly Tutor, Freyalise, Command Tower, Sylvan Library, Soul Ring, Bane of Progress, and Seedborn Muse. They're offering it in a base level version and a premium version like we were just talking about. That's what I was saying to Cody. Cody, this is what they should be doing, is making it accessible, but also printing a special version that's much more expensive and all foil for those type of players. Thank you, Dell. I appreciate that notification. Hope everybody enjoyed my Dell notification sound. Eric, good to hang out. So, Commander Collection, this green, this is, we know you get these cards. Straight up, pay the price, boom, pre-constructed. You know what cards are in it. We're rocking right along. We also got Commander Legends, which is a draftable set. Draftable, they compared it a lot to Battle Bond. You're pulling 2 cards out. We've got the 5-color Commander thing that has the Seb McKinnon art. We'll get to that in a second. If you don't pull a Commander, if you get to the end of your draft and you haven't pulled a Commander, we've got Prismatic Piper for you. If it's your color, you choose a color before. If it's your Commander, excuse me, you choose a color before the game begins. And Prismatic Piper's the chosen color. Kind of underwhelming, but some people in chat did make a good note about this card, is that any Commander that has partner, if it's like a dope, awesome, playable Commander that has partner, you can now add a 3rd color to any of them and make that color whatever you want. So it really does open up some building, you know, mechanic stuff that you're going to be able to include some cards that that weren't previously there. So for instance, here looking at Scryfall, if you want to build, let's say I want to pick one of my favorite ones. Let's say you want to build Ravos Soul Tender straight up, but you really want to add a 3rd color to it that it may not be available readily. You could do that. Now, is that better than just saying I want to add green to it, so I'm going to choose Rayhan? Probably not. That's probably the way to go if you want to do that. But it does open up the ability to say, well, I can combine it with any creature that has partner and add that 3rd color. You know, fairly underwhelming. Love that Seb McKinnon art. I want to play mat of that art. I want a foil of this one just as a collector's item. But they do have in there that contingency, so that if you get to the end of the draft and you don't have a Commander, you've got something that's ready to go. Singir the Dark Baron, we already saw this card, but this is the preview version of it because we need variants of our variants. This is going to be like a pre-release card, I think Gavin was talking about. You'll get this if your LGS is offering in-person version drafts of this, then you'll definitely want to pick up that card, I suppose. That'll be a sweet little card to pick up. Pete Angel, it lets you play as that 3rd color on a budget without needing the other Commander in groups against proxy, so that's a +2. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. We were just talking about different versions for different types of players. There you go. It offers a budget version to increase your partner's colors, and so you at least have a starter deck. I mean, that's what they were talking about there at the end of the stream, is that for players that somehow don't have a Commander deck yet or haven't played Commander and are interested in getting into it, if you go up there and draft one night, you're going to walk away with a 60-card Commander deck, add 40 cards to it, a lot of which will need to be lands, and boom, you got a Commander ready to go. Commander deck ready to go. We also saw this card. This card is so choice. Keeper of the Accord. 1 white, 3 other for a 3/4 human soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 soldier token. So at the beginning of each opponent's end step. So this could trigger every single time around the battlefield. That would probably mean you're in a bad situation if you're playing as a white deck that wants 1/1 soldier creature tokens and each opponent has more creatures than you. You're probably not doing very well, but this will help you catch back up, I suppose. And then the important part on here. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a basic Plains card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. So this is going to let you keep up with everybody playing all the ramp spells. Cultivate, Rampant Growth, all these cards, you're going to be able to keep up with them if you've got Keeper of the Accord on the battlefield. Now, granted, this can't drop until you got 4 mana. So if you are truly behind, you're dropping this on turn 4, they're already way ahead of you. So you got some catching up to do, but it will help you close that. Yeah, it will help you close that gap a little bit. Jake, that's exactly right. Baby land tax on a stick. Boom. Jake doesn't like effects on a stick because they die. Creatures are very easy to deal with, but white does need some support, and this is a nice little step in the right direction. Pete, you have a great afternoon. I appreciate those good vibes. Brand. Oh, give me just a second. My wife is calling me. Gotta answer when the wife calls. Be right back. Sorry about that. Had to put in a food order. Wife is bringing food home. That's always a good Saturday. So Keeper of the Cord, pretty cool. They talked a lot about in the stream how they were going to be giving white more support as a color. And, you know, this is a step in the right direction. They said it's not going to happen fast. It takes a lot of time for R&D to come up with something through getting it printed. But, you know, Keeper of the Accord is nice little support. As a newbie CDH player, are you saying CEDH or are you saying EDH player? Honestly, just how good is the green collection? It looks good to me depending on price. Yeah, yes, it absolutely is good. I'll say 100%. Jake and I are going to shoot a video on this for sure, but 100%, I will tell the people hanging out in stream today, this is worth it. I mean, it's at the very just off the rip, most powerful cards in there. Whirly Tutor, Sylvan Library. You get two green staples in the box, guaranteed. Lawrence, Jake is saying that Primetime wasn't in the Green Commander spellbook. So, yeah, Keith, you're getting two 100% Commander staples that are playable all the way up to the most competitive reaches of Commander for whatever the price is, but you're guaranteed to get it in the box. Outside of that, Omnath, super sick legend if you want to play mono green, and a great inclusion as a legendary creature in a deck that runs green, quite honestly. Freyalise is kind of a meh card to me. I know a lot of people like her, and it's nice that they got her a reprint because that card is $12, and that's completely based on scarcity there. But, I mean, you know, creating a Land War Elf for a +2, destroying an artifact or enchantment -2. Again, this is a great inclusion. If you want to play a mono green deck, I would suggest Omnath probably, but Freyalise is also a great option if you want to play that. We talked about Whirly Tutor. You've got a green, just a commander staple. Seedborn Muse, this is another one that most decks that run green, unless it's a super aggro deck, would take advantage of this card, would love to have this card. Omnath we talked about, Sylvan Library we talked about, Soul Ring, Command Tower if you just want some more copies of cards that are going to be in every commander deck. Bane of Progress is a fine card. You have to kind of put it into a specific type of deck because you want to be running artifacts and enchantments yourself. And so Bane of Progress is going to destroy them all as they enter, but, you know, still a fine card. So yeah, to answer your question the most succinctly after I've now rambled here for 5 minutes, it is definitely worth it, dependent on price. So we'll see. We also got new treatments for Prossh, and I'm gonna have to go onto Twitter here to talk about the last thing because I really want to look at these. I really want to look at these cards. The new foiling, etched foiling. Don't see it yet. Don't see it yet. Etched. Is that what it's called, y'all? That's what it's called, right? Etched foiling. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This. Yes, let's open this up. Okay, check this out. Wish I could make this bigger. I can't. This is the new type of foiling, y'all. Jake, this is the new type of foiling. And we're going to replay this a bunch of times. We now have two variants, two versions of foil on MTG cards. Is this even coming through? Can you even see this? Yeah, you can kind of see that. Oh, yeah. New type of foiling, y'all. Look at this card. Hey, Near, appreciate that follow. Thanks so much. Appreciate you spending your time with us if you're hanging out. Y'all, this is... Hold on. Lighting some candles and putting on my robe. Turning the lights down. Gonna talk to y'all in a bit. That's what I'm talking about. We've got a new foil version. A new version of foil cards in MTG now, y'all. This is insanity. I knew that something like this was eventually going to come, or I speculated on it earlier in an interview with one of our art buddies from Twitter. But I had no idea that it was going to come this soon. By the way, if you're not following Vorthos Mike, make sure you go give Vorthos Mike a follow. Go check out that interview. We talked about the Ikoria Art Commander, or Ikoria Art cards and what they did with that. There are going to be so many variants. We've got variants of variants now. So look at this. This is the new foiling on the new legendary treatment. So we've got this new frame for Commander with the Commander Legends symbol here in the back. That already looks tight. Okay, so we've got that variant on top of our base level legendary creatures. Then we have a new foiling version of that variant frame. On top of that, we've got variants of variants, y'all. We in this. We in this. Not only is this one of my favorite commanders of all time, one of my favorite commander decks of all time, I can see it. It's sitting right there, right behind me on my table. Right behind me on my commander table. It's got... sitting right there. Prossh is sitting right there. And I'm telling you, I'm picking up this version as soon as freaking possible. I want this. I need this. Variants, variants, variants. Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can right click. Hang on. Right click and select loop. Oh, there we go. Nice. Thank you. You'd think a YouTuber would know that trick. Oh, baby, 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 baby. Baby, baby. Hey, Prossh is still mean, outsider. Don't talk crap about Prossh. We love Prossh. This new foiling treatment is so sick, so choice. I'm super into it. I'm super into it. I'm very interested to see how many of the cards we get on this. So let's take it to I get a lot of my news from Hipsters of the Coast. They do a great job, if you're not following them, by the way. They do a great job of like combining all of the news into its bite-sized portions. I want to see if they have pictures. Oh yeah, here. I mean, we might as well talk about this. So the other 5 Battle Bond dual lands are in Commander Legends. We saw that at the very, very end. Here they are in their full art versions. Nice of them to complete that cycle. Still holding out hope that they are reprinting the others as well, so that it really floods these into the market and gives the whale versions, gives the whales their own versions to check out, to get, to acquire, if you will. And we've got these. These are our regular versions to complete that cycle. They did confirm that, Caitlin. Okay, thank you for that. I must have missed that. They confirmed that the others are not in this set, but you know, these being in the set, that's pretty excellent. Pretty excellent. So here we go. This is that etched foil and extended art. So the etched foils appear in the draft boosters infrequently. They appear in every collector's booster. And the extended art cards are only appearing in collector boosters. Jake is going to have a field day with this collector booster set. The collector boosters of this set, excuse me. This is an excellent thing. Huge fan of that. Aganima, I appreciate that feedback. Thank you for letting me know. Here are those treatments. These are our showcase treatments of the cards. There's a side-by-side comparison of what they look like. just in and of themselves. Whenever another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. That's that singular ability. But we've got this showcase frame that's got the Commander Legends symbol back here. Kind of a cool treatment under the text box. New frame version here. Kind of, you know, raised text boxes for our title and our creature types line, and then difference of shape down here. Here's some of the others that get this treatment. I want that foil showcase Prismatic Piper just as a collector's item, right? That's gonna look tight. I don't want the card, I won't play the card, but a foil showcase version of it with that Seb McKinnon art, that's a cool little collector's item. I'd like that. And then there's our Elena and Halana, if you can pronounce words. And then obviously there's our Prossh. We saw that, and we saw that in that Etched Foil. Let's go back and look at this some more. So these will appear infrequently, they say, in the draft boosters, but in every collector's booster. Ron, yeah, you're probably right about that. They do like to stagger stuff out. Makes sense. 32 reprinted commanders with the etched foiling. Oh baby. Oh baby. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Let's keep scrolling down here. So here are extended art versions of Command Tower and Commander Sphere. Those in foil are going to be highly desired. Big fan of that choice. There's our Keeper of the Cord. We knew that. Okay, so here are those numbers. These are what DC Eisenberg was just talking about. Well, he was talking about the foiling version, but this is what we got in Commander Legends. 71 new legends. So we already saw that some of them are going to be underwhelming, like Elena and Alana, whatever their names are. Going to be a little underwhelming, but you have to think, you know, if 41 of those are monocolor, maybe a quarter of those, maybe a fifth of those 41 that are monocolor are playable, especially because they have partner. Are playable at the highest levels of competition is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you don't even have to go highest level. Power 6 or 7 and higher, I would say would be playable. Maybe a fifth of those, maybe a fourth of those. But then you've got 30 non-partner 2 or 3 color legends. So if half of those are actually playable, 15 new commanders submitted, that's not bad. I mean, even a third, 10 new commanders, that's awesome. I'll tell you, I'm going to be busy making 3 ways to build videos for the next couple of weeks. Once this set starts getting spoiled, I'm going to be at the grind. But I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be very exciting. We get any other sweet news? There's our new... Okay, so yeah, we also got these details on what it looks like in the limited environment, what draft commander looks like, if you will. We've got 60 card decks, which makes sense. You want to make sure that everybody can build an entire deck. All the other commander rules like 40 life, color identity, and commander damage apply. But in the limited format, the singleton rule does not apply. So you can draft commons and uncommons in multiples and play them in multiples in your 60 card limited Commander Legends deck. I think that's cool. That plus the Prismatic partner that can give people who accidentally don't draft a commander for some reason, or can give you access to increase your color identity. That's a good thing. Yeah, Eric, I would say I agree with Shane on that. It's necessary. The partner mechanic needs to stay straight across. Straight across the board, the partner mechanic. You know, sometimes they've made it specific so it partners with a specific card. But in general, I don't think it's a bad thing that they're opening that up wide. Scott Wicker, I appreciate that subscription if you're hanging out. Thank you for spending your time with us. So I think the limited version of this is going to be interesting to participate in. Jake and I love Two-Headed Giant. That's one of our favorite limited events. We would always go to when you could go to GPs. Every year at GP Vegas, we would always do the Two-Headed Giant full box event once or twice, and we prided ourselves on going 3-0 as much as we possibly could in that event. That's why if you sign up for our Patreon at the $5 level or higher, you get a signed foil Two-Headed Giant card, because that is our favorite format. Sets flavor can pull from any place, anytime. We already knew that. It isn't mechanically Commander Horizons, so it's not like a bunch of wild different mechanics all showing up. It's going to be centered around a few mechanics that are coming back, like Partner. I think he said 4, maybe 5. Nick T, I don't think that they're trying to make it Brawl, my friend. I think that they are trying to make the best limited version of this that they possibly can. 3 returning, 1 new mechanic. Thank you, Eric. I don't think that they're trying to push Brawl with this at all. I think this is the capstone on their year of Commander, as Gavin has called it. I think that they are trying to make the best limited environment that they possibly can, while making a Commander deck draftable. And you have considerations that you have to make. Draft should be so that you can pivot halfway through your draft color-wise, and they've made that possible through that Prismatic Seb McKinnon card. The draft is, you got to make sure that everybody's getting enough cards, enough playable cards in their colors, because you do have to draft specific colors at a certain point. You just got to go all in on your Commander's identity. And that's a consideration you've got to make. And so making some of these changes, like non-singleton and 60 card format instead of 100, they make sense just to make it a good, consistent, limited environment. I think that the changes are good and necessary quite often. Jake's got an opinion. We knew that they wanted to fix white in Commander. Mangara was the first of making white better. That makes sense. But I just Nick T, I just don't think that they're trying to push Brawl overtly with this. I think that the limited environment is separate from everything else, that mostly people are going to buy this product to open and use in their existing Commander decks as they are. I don't think that they're trying to push Brawl any more than they already do. I play a lot of Brawl. It's the basis of our fan fight series most times. It's one of my favorite formats. It's nice to just, after playing ladder on Arena for a while, just kind of morph it directly into, playing some Brawl casually and not worry about rank and just worry about having fun. Yep, Jake's exactly right. Jason, what's up? Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you spending your time with us. Shane, right, it's Commander Treasure Trove. That's exactly what I think the main use of this set is going to be. Jake says, limited is one of the best formats. WotC knows that people love EDH. So they're wondering, how do we make money on Commander in a limited way? 100% right. They're seeing if they can figure out how to make drafting Commander a thing, and can they make it a repeatable experience. I 100% agree. That's exactly what they're trying to do here. And so I don't think that 60 card decks are them pushing Brawl. I think that they want to make more money, which, should result in better product for us over time. More money is a good thing. We want the company to thrive. We want to spend the money that we want to spend in whatever purchaser category you fall into. And so, they want to make sure that they can make it great for everybody. Jason, I appreciate that subscription. Appreciate you spending your time with us. Thank you for hanging out today. Busy Gig, hello. Oh, Haunting Immortal. They've been printing money since 96. I know the game started earlier than that, but that first time out, they probably were just like, here's a cool game. And then they were like, wait, people want to pay money for this? Wait, people want to pay a lot of money for this? Oh shit, we got to get on this, y'all. How do we make money off of this? Hey, thank you for that follow, Laz. Appreciate ya. Yep, Jake, that's exactly right. That's what I was saying. This is a set for people to have new versions to submit into their decks that already exist. You know, it's Commander's supposed to be what is it? Not a non-rotating format, a legacy format. You know, it's not legacy. I'm using the wrong word there, but this is supposed to be a format where your deck doesn't really change. Every now and then there'll be some random new card from a set that's either strictly better or just a card that you want to put into your Commander deck because it plays with the themes. But for the most part, they don't change. You just want the new bling and foil versions. Yeah, Caitlin, they obviously didn't want to talk about fetch lands today. Gavin, that's what I was saying. In his head, Gavin was like, I don't want to talk about anymore. I don't want to talk about collector boosters of Commander Legends anymore. We'll save that for another day. And then he moved on. But I know that in his head he was going, because that means that we'll have to talk about fetch lands, and we don't want to talk about fetch lands. Set booster. I don't know if set boosters are going to be on Commander Legends, Brian. They didn't talk about it today, that when they specifically talked about the draft booster and the collector booster. And so I'm not sure if we're going to get Jason. Thank you. Eternal. That's what I was trying to think of. Me no think of words good today. Goodness gracious. But yeah, they didn't. I don't think that set boosters are going to be a thing for this. We're going to see them in Zendikar for sure. I'm not sure if we will see them. At the very least, they didn't mention anything about it today. Sebastian asking about Green Commander Collection. Sebastian, you should go back and watch this VOD. We talked about that set at length, but in the most succinct way, the set is very worth it. If anybody has joined us after we talked about Commander Collection, make sure to go check out our conversation on that early on. But this is the entire group of cards there. Omnath, Worldly Tutor, Freyalise, Command Tower in a new green version, Sylvan Library, Soul Ring in a new green-centric version, Bane of Progress, and Seedborn Muse. DC Eisenberg, I appreciate that subscription. Thank you for hanging out and spending your time with us today. In general, the Commander Collection green, just to reiterate this one more time, $146 of value with the cards currently at the price that they're at. Sylvan Library is $60, Worldly Tutor's $30, Omnath is $25, Freyalise is $12. Seedborn Muse is $10 and Bane of Progress is $9. And that's $146 worth of value without counting your new art Command Tower and your new art Soul Ring. They're not going to move the needle a lot on the price overall, but it is relevant to consider those in the value just because they have that green-centric art on them, which also leads me to believe that in the future for each Commander collection of the colors, we will have a Soul Ring and a Command Tower with that color's centric art. Yep, Sebastian, that's pretty much the summary there. No, I did not put it as the price of the foil Soul Ring. I was only pricing out the base edition. I did not price out the foil editions just because, I mean, in general, more. It'll cost more, I would say that. Hey, wife. Thank you for the food. Everybody say, hey, Jennifer, in chat. This announcement, y'all. This announcement was crazy. Big fan. I am such a huge fan of what they're doing here. I think that this limited format is going to be sick. I hope that everybody is going to be able to play it in a safe way. You know, it's been a tough year for playing cards in paper. But I know that I'll be playing it on MTGO. I'm very much looking forward to it. They did not say, David, how much that green collection is going to be. I am very much looking forward to playing the limited of Commander Legends and hope. I will pray to Thor himself that we're able to play it in paper sometime soon. Jake, I couldn't agree more. Y'all, scroll up in the chat a little bit. We are still running our 5K giveaway. We will be picking a winner for that 5K giveaway in the next week. If you're not subscribed or you haven't seen any of those videos, we're doing doing a special thing. We're calling it the Road to 10,000 Subscribers. And every 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away a booster box of cards. For our 5K, we wanted to give away something special, and it is a box of mystery boosters. Go check out the link that Jake dropped a little higher in chat. Go to the vid, follow the prompt is the message that he shared. That is, Sebastian, we appreciate that subscription. Thank you for spending your time with us. That is how you enter that giveaway. And like I said, we'll be picking... Thank you for that URL. Jake just dropped the URL in the chat again. That is the link for the giveaway vid and entering for your chance to win a box of mystery boosters. Also, go check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of cool things going on over there. Monthly giveaways, behind-the-scenes videos. It gives you access to our Discord so that you can ask questions about all of these new products, and we will share our opinions as our videos are also getting made. PB, you said it, etched foiling. You know what? I'm gonna replay that as I'm going over all these little business things. Boom. Etched foiling, y'all. We got, oh yeah, Jake and I have got so many videos. I can think of 3 videos off of just this information that we got today that we have got to get made. Is there a red card not on the reserve list that can measure up to Sylvan Library? That is a good question, Eric. Is Wheel of Fortune on the reserve list? Jake would be able to confirm or deny that for me. Okay, yeah, so it wouldn't be Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I'm not sure what red card. Eric, I'm going to have to look into that and I'll get back to you. Citizen Randall, thank you for that subscription. We appreciate you spending your time with us if you're hanging out. Go check out our Patreon. Link is down in the description below. We got monthly giveaways over there, behind the scenes videos. We got Discord access. You get your name on all our videos as a supporter. You know, that's the best place to support our channel and let us keep growing. Jake and I do not, at this time, take a single dime for ourselves out of it. Every single penny we make from any of your wonderful supports through Super Chats, like we got today, or through our Patreon, all goes back into the channel 100%. And a lot of it goes into giveaways for y'all, so we try and give back to the community as much as we possibly can. 820 Irwin, appreciate that subscription. Thank you for spending your time with us. Recruiter is good, but too specific. So yeah, go check out our Patreon. Go check out our new vids. Go check out that 5K giveaway vid. I'm going to shut this one down so I can go have some lunch with my wife. Jake and I have got to jump on the video creation train. We got a lot of work to do. I appreciate you spending your time with us. Commander Legends, so sick. Commander Collection Green, so sick. I had a great time hanging out with y'all today. Really couldn't ask for a better community. Jake and I talk about it all the time. Look at that etched foiling, y'all. This is just gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of this. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say adios. We appreciate y'all's time, and we will catch you on the flippity flip.